In Tzavua's Rabbi Yehuda HaChassid, Ois Chov Dalet, there is a kepedo that the two mechutanim should not have the same name. And the Rav of the city Yassi, the Shalshin Shuvas Birkas Yosef, came with a shale to the Rizhone that his son is being read a shidduch from another Rav whose Rebbetzin has the same name as my Rebbetzin. Is the kepedo from Rabbi Yehuda HaChassid on the mechutanim or also on the mechutanois? And the Rizhone was masking to the shidduch, and he said that be'emes, the two Rebbetzins are not even called by their name. And no Rebbetzins in the world are called by the first name. They are called Rabbunis, Rebbetzins. Ishtoike Gufoi. Once the Mechutan is a Rav, his Rebbetzin is not called by the name anymore. She's called the Rebbetzin, the Rav's Rebbetzin. In Meilo, there's no kepedo. And the shidduch went and was sholom, v'shalvo b'neim, be'emes u'besomim. That's what he writes in the Sefer told us Yosef. Agav, speaking about the Tzavua from Rabbi Yehuda HaChassid about the mechutanim should not have the same name, there's an interesting story from two balabatim who were in the middle of making a shidduch between themselves. And everything was going smoothly, but there was one problem. They just discovered that the name of the mechutanim were exactly the same name. Both mechutanim have the name Yaakov Tzvi. So one of the mechutanim went to Eretz Yisrael and he asked the shaila to Rav Shach if he's allowed to pursue that shidduch. Rav Shach told him he should add a name between Yaakov and Tzvi. Yaakov something Tzvi. Meanwhile, the other mechutan asked a shaila by a different Rav in America, and the Rav said one is called Yaakov Tzvi and the other one is called Yaakov Tzvi Halevi. If one of the names is a little bit different than the other one, there's no kepedo. The shidduch went on and the name was not changed. Until something happened. First child was born and he went through an accident that took him 6 months to recuperate. The second child was born, and at the 8th month they found a tumor on his foot next to the thigh. Doctors said they never have found such a tumor in such a small young child. After these 2 mices, they went and they checked the mezuzahs. Everything was fine. The third child was born and also in the 8th month caught a severe case of pneumonia. At this moment, one of the mechutanim decided to go back to Rav Shach and ask him what to do. Rav Shach said to him, I told you to change the name. Right away he called his son, I'm changing my name. From now on my name is going to be Yaakov Michoel Tzvi. You're going to be called to the Torah Ben Yaakov Michoel Tzvi. He changed his name and everything turned to the best. The children are all fine and voil beseder. V'shane shem, v'shane mazl. But this Maisa has another interesting twist. The Gemara says, Ein oimrim lifnei hameis elo divrei hameis. And the Baal Shem Tov teaches that in front of the mace, you're not allowed to speak only the words that the mace wants people to hear. Ke'ilu the mace speaks to the oilam, and it gives a certain message. This person, Yaakov Tzvi, 4 years before the shidduch was done, lost his father in Eretz Yisrael, was a Choshev Yid. And the minik in Yerushalayim that they put posters with the name of the nifter and the names of the people who are misablim. When the printer was given the instructions to put the names, by the name of Yaakov Tzvi, he was given the instructions to put Yaakov Mem Tzvi. And nobody knew what is this Mem doing over here. Years later, when he became a mechutan with somebody with the name Yaakov Tzvi, he changed his name to Yaakov Michoel Tzvi.